Hello everybody and welcome along to round 2 of the WTCR 2021 EU Challenge. Today coming from, where are we from? Silverstone National, of course we are, there it is, right on the bloody graphic in front of me. And Raceroom superstar Pavel Mukanin in the server tonight, currently going round in a 58.6, but look at that Carlos Guerra. Unbelievably quick tonight. No, that's a bit unfair. He is believably quick. But that is a cracking time from Carlos Guerra there as well, putting our own resident superstar, and Pavel Mukanin go, oh, okay. Putting our own resident superstar, Clive Britton, in a bit of a shade there. Clive on a bit of a run at the moment, but 2 tenths off Mukanin and a tenth and a half off Guerra as well here tonight so far. Only in practice. Practice just coming to end, qualifying just about to start. Mikhail Kasparin, good to see him back as well with RRLeagues. Currently sat there in 4th in practice. Bergsma 5th, Dor 6th. Radek Pavlicek 7th. Tom Cajon, expect a bit from him in 8th. I mean, I'm saying this, all those people covered by half a second. It's going to be so close tonight. And it's going to be as close as it was in Zolder in a nice wide track with plenty of straights, so expect lots of action tonight. These cars are going to be all over the place as we just wait for the server to flip over into quality. There we go, 15-minute qualifying. The cars are revving. Who's going to be first out? Lincoln Co goes out. Hyundai's. There goes the Type R, an Audi, Megane, Hyundai. Cooper's obviously no best. They're sat in the pits waiting for the Jazz to go on. A couple of Astras go out there. Awesomes. Right, okay. Let's go and have a look at Pavel Mukanin. So in the Lincoln coat. As we do, we'll go for a trip around Silverstone National with Pavel. Just so all the other drivers can work out what they're supposed to do. So here's dashcam on the Silverstone National Circuit today. In fact, that's not the greatest camera in the world, is it? Neither is that one. There we go. So over the start-finish line of the old circuit. Through Cops up towards Maggots and Beckett's, but they don't take them all. They'll just go through the first part of Maggots here, and then they'll do a sharp right, hard on the brakes. I'll come round. There's a little link road there. It takes them back onto the Wellington Straight, and they're back down towards the back part of the lap. So a really quick lap here, sub 1 minute, as we said. Slightly letting the back end of that car just drift out, but plenty of grip for Mukanin there. And Luffield he goes. And down through we've got onto the straight. And that'll be your first time. So plenty of time to get a lap in tonight with such a short lap. A 58.8 for Mukanin. So that should be broken at some point, I should imagine. But a good start for 10. It shows a 59.06. I don't know where the 58.8 came from on the screen, but Raceroom classified that as a 59.0. Behind him, Guerra, Bergsma, Dor, Cajon, Wood, Kennans, Pavlicek and Britton so far. Complete their laps. Mukanin in purple and purple so far for the first 2 sectors. A quarter of a second up on his best time. So this will be into the 58s, providing he gets this part right, which he does. And they can go onto the curbs, that's fine. So it's been the first sub 58, sorry, sub 59 rather, sub 58 would be amazing, but 58.7 it shows there, and Raceroom then puts up to 58.6. So obviously their sector timing isn't the same as the race timing, so I won't look at that bit at the bottom for the sectors because they obviously can't add up. So Mukanin 58.6, that's quick. David Dorr currently sat in second. Let's go and have a look at Carlos Guerra. He's in the other Lincoln coat. A bit easier to see out of this windscreen, so we'll go for a lap with Carlos on this one round. Just looking for some space there, as you can see, although, like I say, with them being so close together time-wise, anything with 2 seconds or so will give you plenty of room. But if anything, they're probably going to need the toe here. With so many, I'll say so many long straights, there's 2 long straights. This one, obviously, the back straight, and then there's 3. This one, the back, I don't know. Anyway, there's enough straights. So Guerra through cops, you can see he'll swing left here and then tight right, so he'll be on the brakes in different parts. It's really a case of retraining your brain. Down the Wellington straight he comes, under the bridge. Right, hard here, late apex. Tyre squirting away, you can hear that. I picked up a bit of time in the middle sector, but I don't think this is going to be enough to trouble Mookin. Might get him ahead of Door though. Let's have a look. It does. Just a couple of hundredths ahead of Door, in fact, but it does take him up to second on the grid. Door in third, Bergsman 4. Let's go and have a look at Mikael Kasperink. First time in the series today. Missed round 1. You may notice there's a couple of names missing from the timesheets today in Arella and Fillingham, Team 77. Neither of those guys can make the server. Oh, excuse me. It's such a good cup of tea. Neither of those two can make the server tonight. So there are 15 people in, but yeah, Sight and Ralph missing. People that haven't put a time in yet. Clive Britton, obviously. He's not on the timing sheets. Marcel Lecken also missing so far, but he is in the server on his way around, just hasn't set a time yet. So Kasperink in the Hyundai. He said he's struggling to get under 59. 59 flat was his best time he could achieve during earlier practice, and then in practice we were just watching, he did manage a 58.8. So Mikael, a very talented driver, but just struggling to get the kind of pace he needs to get out of that Hyundai, and you can see there he's kind of on the ragged edge and still going around in 59 flat. In fact, that was a 59.000 for Kasperink, so he is literally on the pace that he's got, which is what he said. Who else can we go and have a look at? Andre Bergsma. Remember that battle he had with Carlos Guerra in round 1? The 2 of them stuck to each other. This time Guerra's got the better of him so far in qualifying, but you can see only 300ths between them, and in fact less than a second covering all the drivers that have put a time in so far. So this is really going to be close tonight. Two races, don't forget. So first race is what they're qualifying for, 17 laps. And then once those 17 laps are done, there will be a second race with the grid reversed for the top 15, and as there's only 15 drivers in the server currently, the grid will basically be reversed on the result of race 1. So Bergsma down on this lap, as you can see. Rather sexy looking Alfa Romeo there just in front. I think that wasn't Clive Britton. That might have been actually Rick Binnersley as a guest in the server tonight, so good to see Rick taking part. I'm surprised he wasn't in from the very beginning, but joining tonight as a guest. The first racing experience really was with Rick Binnersley in first of all in Green Hell, and then touring cars in the series we did back at the very, very early part of 2020. At that time I had the Alfa Romeo, and I think he had the Hyundai, so good to see Rick back in touring cars with RRLeagues, quick driver, and nice to have him on the grid. That poor old Marcel Lecken. Got some pace at the ball. He's already, well, I was saying already, 1.3 seconds off. It just shows you just how quick. Remember, Pavel Mukinin, one of the top, I mean, obviously the ratings move around in Raceroom ratings, but one of the top 10 drivers in Raceroom as a whole. It's great to have him in the server tonight with us here at RRLeagues. I think he was second last time I looked, but I won't destroy him in case he's either first or ninth, but I say he's normally one of the top 10 drivers in the rating system, so nice to have him on board. So Bergsma struggling to improve, although he's 0.18 up on this lap. Still that is exactly the same virtually through sector 2. What's he got in sector 3, which is just basically Luffield and Woodcut, and then a blast down the straight. A tenth or so will take him above Clive Britton. Where does that put him? It just puts him above Kasperink there into 5th. Mikhail Kasperink down to 6th. Two teammates, Bergsma and Kasperink, in this series. So those two fighting it out for the honours in their team. Clive Britton and Martijn Kennens, teammates. Currently actually leading the championship, RRL Green Names, or aka the staff in the champions currently. It's at 156 points. Jet editor of Colin Barker, Tom Cohonen in the Leopard Audi on 136, so 20 points behind. And a bit of a gap back to Kasperink and Bergsma, but remember Kasperink missed round 1. The drivers are... Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, I was out playing golf today. I'm absolutely shattered. I just haven't got the fitness that I had years ago. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, Kasperink missed round 1. The drivers are allowed to each miss 1 round in the series, so only 5 point scoring finishes will count towards their final points tally. So just to account for real life needs and wants, we'll give them 1 race leeway. So Fellingham and Arella missing this one. Kasperink missed the first one, as did Mukinin as well, so he'll have to take part in all 5. But all 5 will count towards scores. Clive Britton, you can see, popped up into 2nd. Let's go and have a look at Clive. Andre's had enough TV time. Just 3 minutes left in qualifying. Clive in the 958 Alpha. Julieta looking resplendent. Really nice looking car, that. He's going to dive into the pits. He's happy with his 2nd place. He might just get 1 more lap in if he wanted to do it. Just take the fuel out and give it a go. Such a quick lap time. But Britain's in the pits. One person we haven't looked at yet. Sitting near the top of the timesheets. Labrador, he's popped back into the pits, so I think he will be done. Tom Cohonen, we spoke about him. Team Jadator. Now Leopard Audi. Be close to improvement if he can. No. Tom stuck in 7th. Teammate Colin Barker sat in 9th. There is Colin. What time is he on? Looks like he's not on a time this lap, so let's go and have a look at Radek Pavlicek. Trundling round in the Astra. Benazir there just goes through, pumps it into 9th, pushes Pavlicek down to 11th. Radek Pavlicek lost a bit of time in that final sector, unfortunately, and he's gone wide there as well, so this one probably won't count either, although the timing is still ticking over. Martijn Kennens behind Pavlicek in 12th. One surprise there, look at Jim Britton down in 13th, the crew chief himself. I say 13th, but literally only 7 seconds And that's just Pavlicek trying to get some heat into his tyres. You can see him ragging the car around to try and get some kind of temperature in the tyres. That is on purpose. He's not being a tit. He's literally trying to get some sort of adhesion with those rubber boots to the track. So let's see what he can do this time round. Binnesley goes through, jumps ahead of Wood. Binnesley up to 8, improving with every lap. Pavlicek tight through 1. That curb on the inside, the drivers have been saying, has really been hurting the cars. If you get it wrong there, it will take your suspension out. Pavlicek tight into this turn here. Not the greatest line through there, but as I said, only what, less than a tenth off the pace currently. So this is going to be good from Radek if he can keep this up. Through sector 2, a couple of tenths down now, coming on a 7 tenths off the pace. So if he can get this one round as well, there is time still to do this. I know the screen's come up, but just watch the time and see if it changes. Currently sat in 11th is Pavlicek. Where can he put this one? Will he jump up? Goes up to 9th as Radek Pavlicek. So there's your grid. Mukin Britain on the front row from Dorr and Guerra. Guerra will be looking through from there in 4th. Bergsman and Kasprink round out row 3. Cahonan and Binnesley on row 4. Pavlicek and Wood row 5. Barker and Kennan's back on row 6. 13th and 14th on row 7, Jim Britton and Marcel Lecken. Ryan Leach, who raced really well in the last race at Zola, finds himself at the back of the grid, but to say, less than a second behind the leader. So guys will have less than a minute to get their fuel sorted out for race 1. Shouldn't be that difficult. It's the guys are on fixed setups tonight. They can't change anything on the car apart from the brake bias and the fuel load, so shouldn't really take them long to get them onto the grid. There we go. Mukin in there on the right hand side in the cyan Lincoln coat. On the left hand side, Clive Britton in the Alpha. Red lights are flashing, red lights are flashing, and they're going to go out any second now. Been held for a long time. And there they go. Clive Britton gets a jump. He's going to be kicking himself for that. The lights were held for a very long time. But he's going to get a drive-through penalty. And that's basically the end of Clive Britton's race. And Pavel Mukin leads them through turn 1 and up the straight. And then they all go through. Mukin from Dorr, Britton, Guerra, Bergsman and Kasprink, Cahonan up there to go through the inside. Let's go and have a look back at the midfield. That's Rick Binnesley. Side by side through there. In fact, let's go right at the very back with Jim Britton. Let's see what Jim sees as they go up the straight. Everyone's going to go side by side. And they'll break into here. Is there going to be any door banging up front? Looks like Nigel Wood right alongside Rick Binnesley. The Astra there of, who's that? Was that Pavlicek? I think it was. Oh, Cooper goes wide there at the back. I think that was Lecken. But Mukin leads on lap 1. There he goes through from Dorr. Guerra in 3rd. Kasprink 4th. Bergsman down to 5th. Cahonan's up to 6th. Binno there in 7th. Nigel Wood watching there in 8th. He's got Colin Barker and Pavlicek behind him. And it's Kennan's Britton, Leach and Lecken. And Clive Britton going through that drive-through straight away. And look at the inside there. Who was that braking really late? Was that Kennan's? No, that was Colin Barker, wasn't it? Sorry, not braking late. He broke early, and guys behind had to take evading action around the outside as he took the really tight line through. Let's go on board with Ryan Leach because all the action's going on back down here. You can see them all slipping and sliding through Luffield as they all try and get some heat in those tyres. And down the straight they go. Leach in 12th, just ahead of Kennan's behind him. Lecken and Britton obviously served his drive through. He'll be racing to catch up now. But short laps here. And they're quick laps as well. Mooklin goes through from Door, Guerra, Kasperink, Bergsma, Kohonen, Binnersley, Wood, Barker, Pavlicek, Britton, Leach, Kennons, Lecken and Clive Britton at the back. So you can see up front David Door keeping Mooklin very honest. Bit of a gap then back to Guerra. Then Kasperink. Bergsma you're looking at there in 5th. Following his teammate through. It's pretty tight throughout the field. Up front, Pavel Mooklin is going to cross the line, end of lap 3. Goes through David Door in the Megane RS there in 2nd. The only driver I think in the Megane tonight. Nobody else taking that car today. So the Lincoln Co goes through from David Door in the Megane. Carlos Guerra there in 3rd. Kasperink right behind him in 4th. Guerra loses a little bit of grip there on the outside as he goes through that corner. Just to allow Kasperink to try and make a ground on him. But Lincoln Co straight on the accelerator as he goes down here. Kasperink just bobs out to have a look, but I don't think there's anything going on there. Guerra will be late into the apex. Kasperink pushing and pushing. Guerra, as we know, he used to be just a solid driver you find really difficult to get past. The problem is now he's a quick driver that you can't get past. That's the worst. Mooklin goes through, leads lap 5 from Door. Guerra in 3rd, you're looking at in out of Michael Kasperink's windshield there. Just behind him his teammate Andre Bergsma. Kohonen's in 6th, Binnersley 7th. Wood, Barker and Pavlicek round out your top 10. Both, Kasperink just went a little bit of a slide on those curbs on the inside there. And that's just allowed his teammate Bergsma to get onto the back of him. And Mooklin away with Door, then the 3 of Guerra, Kasperink and Bergsma. Bergsma taking a different line. So go through Brooklands, down through Luffield. And that guy's really making a mistake here. So although it's close racing, they haven't really got a lot of out-braking areas they can really make a move on. In this section here, as they go through Maggots and then hard on the brakes as they're turning left to turn right. That's an awkward braking event, but I mean, I've got to say, race 2 is going to be very interesting because, like I said, there's not really many overtaking areas on this track. Remember, the grid will be reversed for race 2, so where the likes of Mooklin, Door, Guerra, Kasperink, Bergsma are going to find a way through, I don't know. One person who will be sitting pretty for race 2, Clive Britton, of course, served that drive-through. He's not going to score many points in race 1, but he has every chance of taking the spoils home in race 2, as long as he can stay off the accelerator before the lights go out, that is. Let's go back to Rick Binnersley and the Alfa Romeo. Tom Kohonen in front of him, Nigel Wood just behind him. So we've got a battle for 1st and 2nd, a battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th, and these 3 for 6th, 7th and 8th. Colin Barker about a second behind, desperately trying to catch these 3 up to make it a group of 5 because he's got Jim Britton right behind him. There is Britton. Further back, Marcel Lecken's even closer to Martin Kennens, but this one's pretty close. can see they'll swing left and they'll have to brake while they're turning left. Jim Britton just locking up slightly there as he went into there. It shouldn't be too bad. It has got him a little bit closer to Colin Barker. He's going to go for the later apex to try and get the drive through. Just missed it, unfortunately. Who's that going wide in front? Is that Nigel Wood? I think it was. Just lost a few seconds or a few tenths there on Binnersley. And Britain's lost more than a few tenths there on Colin Barker. Unfortunately, now half a second behind. Up front, Caspering's managed to pull a little bit closer to Guerra, as you can see. Bergsma still trying to get there in 5th. Mookin away up front though. Gap between him and Dorr, 1.5 seconds. Dorr's got 2 seconds almost back to Guerra. And then Guerra, Caspering and Bergsma you can see in shot there. Nice little line there. Oh, from Caspering. How did he catch that one? Got a bit wide on a bit wild on the curbs rather. The car slewed to the right, but he managed to gather it up and still didn't lose any time either. Great driving from Caspering there. Mookanen goes through from Dorr. Guerra, Caspering, Bergsma, Cohonen, Binnersley, Wood, and then Barker, Britton, Pavlicek, Leach, Kennans and Lecken. Clive Britton behind them, 5 seconds out the pay. He was 17 at one point, now just 5 seconds back. So Clive with some massive pace there at the back of the field. Fastest man on track so far, Mookin a 58.585. Dorr with a 58.7. Guerra the 58.8. As 58.8 for Caspering and for Bergsma as well. And for Clive Britton as well. So those guys in the 58s, most other people in the 59s, apart from one decent lap from Jim Britton there, 58.9 from him. Most of his other laps have been in the 59s. Just at the back of the field, Leach, Kennans and Lecken been fighting over 13th place for a little while now. You can see Clive Britton in the background. That's how much time he's made up. Kennan's looking on Leach there, looking to take a... Oh, he's got a little nudge. That's going to push Leach wide, but he's going to get on the straight. Kennans will back off just till they give him the space back. Let's Leach through. So Leach back into 12th place. Kennan's given the spot back so he can fight him again. Nice driving from those two. Caspering, no, look at the gap he's got on Guerra. A matchstick. Caspering swirling around, just trying to get his attention from Guerra. We all know how Carlos Guerra drives. That is not going to put him off at all. That Lincoln coat going about as wide as it can be. Caspering trying all he can to unsettle Carlos Guerra. 6 laps to go. Caspering thunders down the straight. Looks like the inside. Great camera angle there on the front splitter of Caspering's car. It gets really close into Guerra. But again, Guerra quite up to it. Mooking through. Decent gap now on Dorr. Has also got a decent gap on Guerra. Guerra, Caspering, look at that. Couldn't even get one of my legs through there, let alone both of them. Caspering trying all he can. Is Guerra starting to feel the pressure. It's a bit tight on that corner there. And he's going to have to defend now as they go down to Brooklands. Bergsma senses a little bit of interest here. Kasprink comes out into the braking zone. Guerra moves across. Through Luffield they go. That Hyundai, almost like it's on a pull bar on Carlos Guerra's Lincoln Co. Nice racing for Mukinin though. Goes through in the lead, Door second, and then this battle for third between Guerra, Kasprink and Bergsma as well, because if these two have any sort of incident, Bergsma will be there to pick up the pieces. He's just a quarter of a second off them, as you can see. Behind them, I just saw Cahonan and Binnersley, and side by side, was actually so taking different lines. So those two fighting over sixth at the moment, Cahonan and Binnersley. But up front, oh, has Guerra gone wide? He has, but he'll have the inside for Luffield. Whoa, he was lucky there, was Carlos Guerra. Got that wrong coming out of Brooklands, went in deep. He's managed to salvage the place, 4 laps to go. And it's as you were, Guerra just giving a little bit of a scent to Kasprink and allowing him a little bit of hope. I don't think Kasprink's raced against Guerra. He might have done the Porsches, to be fair, but Kasprink was normally out the front in those, and Guerra a little further back in the field. No disrespect to Carlos, but he wasn't the driver then that he is now, especially in these cars. Guerra holding back Kasprink really nicely here. Andre Bergsman, nothing he can do about it other than watch at the moment. Better from Guerra this time. Nice line through Luffield as well. Two laps to go. Looks like Mukinin's got this one wrapped up. 3 seconds now on Door. He's got 3 seconds back to Guerra. Guerra's got about 3 hairs back to Mikael Kasprink. Andre Bergsman not too far behind either. Kasprink getting really impatient here. Bergsman just watching his teammate thinking, I can see a podium not too far ahead of me if you two do anything wrong. Conan and Binnersley settling behind. Kasprink's looking this time. Has to brake early. He's going to touch. He's just touched Guerra there, but nothing doing. Kasprink getting very, very desperate. He's touched Guerra again, but again, that's fine. Nothing happening. Guerra holding third place here so well from Kasprink. He's going to defend. So they go down towards Copse. Both of them looking for the line. Kasprink looking right and then left. He'll dodge back left in a second. Unless he's going to look for an inside line. He can't, surely. No, nice driving there. He's got one more opportunity, really. Mukinin already down the end of the straight. Look at that. As these three fight, they're just losing time. But Mukinin already on his way to his victory. Guerra takes the inside line. Kasprink's going to go side by side. Door bang. He's looking for the inside line to come through Luffield. He's pushed. Oh, very close. Guerra has to push around the outside. Kasprink's timing perfect. Gets round the... Oh, look at that. How close is that? Mukinin wins from Door. These two stuck together. It looked like the Hyundai's green wing mirror was just ahead of the Lincoln Co's thing. Let's just see what the timing was between them. Oh, it's gone off my screen, but wow, that was close. Mukinin wins, from David Door. I think Kasprink just got it from Guerra across the line, but it was like hundreds, if not thousands, of seconds between the two of them. So there we go, 3.9 gap to Mooklin to Door to Kasprink, another 3.9. Look at that, Kasprink 200ths of a second ahead of Guerra as they smash their way around Brooklands and Luffield there, stuck together. But Kasprink takes third from Guerra fourth. Fair play to Carlos Guerra, great performance from him. But Kasprink takes the podium place, Guerra fourth, Bergsma fifth. No, unfortunately, he waited for the pieces to drop and all he got was a wing mirror in his face. But he gets fifth. Tom Cahonan ahead of Binnersley sixth and seventh. Nigel Wood in eighth. Colin Barker back there in ninth. Jim Britton managed to make his way up to 10th in the end. From Pavlicek, Kennans and Leach 12th and 13th. And then the others. Marcel Lecken and Clyde Britton at the back of the field. So, server just swapping over. Time to tell you about, obviously, Wednesday's event, which is no, it's not that one. Sorry, my bad. It's that one. If I can just get out. There we go. Bring it into the middle of the screen and whoosh. There we go. The 2021 GT World Champions, those GT3 cars around Kyalami for a 90-minute race on Wednesday. So please join us for that. This is where I can't remember the bloody password, I bet. Let me find it. I've got it. No, it wasn't that. Go on, mine, you can do it. Fucking sausage fingers. No, still wasn't right. How hard can it be? Oh, it's switching sessions, that's why. I thought it was me. I thought the red bar at the top kept me and I got the password wrong. But it wasn't, it was me. Anyway, like I said, GT 2021 World Challenge. Join us for that on Wednesday from Kyalami. 90-minute race there. Looking forward to that on Wednesday. And then, obviously, our next race. Oh, God, hiccups and everything going on today. Disaster. Next race is from Brno. So join us for that one as well a week today. Still switching sessions. So yeah, Brno next on the calendar here for the TCR cars. Touring car, but whatever, you know what I mean. Not TCR cars, they're just WTCRs, aren't they? Then Red Bull Ring, that'll be a great race. I love that short track at Red Bull. That's beautiful. Scandinavia Ring, and then that feature race at the Nordschleife. A 1 hour endurance for the end, and that'll be fun to watch. Fun to commentate on as well, seeing them struggle with these cars. No traction control, no ABS. And one of the most challenging racetracks in the world to fly around. Give this another go, see if we can get in. No, we're still switching sessions. Still switching sessions. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Joe Biden in the room. I think that was it. Yeah, we go. We're in. We are in. Race 2, Clyde Britton will start on pole from Marcel Lecken. I think that was the case. Anyway, I'm not sure if Clive managed to get up to Marcel there at the end, but we shall see. I'm just starting to populate the grid, just back in time. While you're waiting for them to fill up the grid, don't forget, if you haven't liked the video already, please remember to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel, that really helps us out. What's going on here? We've only got... perhaps it's our server, or perhaps it's my server rather. Red lights are flashing. I don't see many cars in the grid. I think that's a Raceroom thing rather than anything. Here we go. Marcel Lecken actually won the pole position from Clive Britton. So Clive managed to get ahead of Marcel in race 1, but Lecken leads. Great start from him through there, further back in the field. That's Bergsma. You can see Kasprink behind him. Guerra and Pavel Mukinin right at the back with David Dorr. Let's watch from the back with Pavel Mukinin and see what he can do on race 1. He's always up inside a door there. His door makes a slight mistake. So Mukinin, in fact, I said he thought he got past Dorr, but he hasn't. Dorr actually still there on his inside. Dorr's going to get the inside line through here, although if Mukinin can keep it there for Luffield, he should take, but he won't be able to. I'll go side by side down the straight. Mukinin catching a few curbs there. That won't help his traction, and that won't help Dorr's traction either as he goes onto the gravel. So Mukinin already passed David Dorr as the two of them try and chase their way through the field. Hyundai there was that of Nigel Wood, really bobbing out there. And up front, Marcel Lecken is away. Got Clive Britton right behind him, pushing him. Clive looking at the inside there, but nothing doing. Oh, Marcel is deep into there. Manages to get it turned though, and that'll give him a line onto the straight. He'll get onto the accelerator quicker. Clive Britton just tucks in behind him again. Look at that gaggle of cars there. Britton, Pavlicek, Barker, Wood, Cahonen. Binnesley's just got past Martin Kennens. Bergsma, Kasprink, Guerra, Mukinin and David Dorr. So watch as that all kicks off at the back. I'm just watching to see if Clive can get past Lecken there. He can't. So let's go and have a look further back in the field. This is Nigel Wood as the two Audi teammates of Barker and Cahonen go side by side. Behind them, the race winners and podiums from the first race going through. Mukinin's already up to 12th, past Bergsma, Guerra and Dorr. Someone on the gravel there just kicked up a bit of a cloud. Clive Britton still behind Lecken. This is where we need the old split screen really. You can see Bergsma really wanting to push Mukinin. Up front though, Clive Britton and Lecken are going side by side as they go into Brooklands. Lecken's going to go deep into there, slides it through. Where's he gone? He's disappeared. There he is. Manages to get it back, but that gives the lead to Clive Britton. And then Clive will now look to extend as best he can. And back though with Mukinin. Number 100. That's Martin Kennens right in front of him in the Alfa Romeo. He's got Mikael Kasprink just in front of him. But Mukinin, Bergsma, Guerra and Dorr, the first four in race 1. Not the first four, because of course Kasprink finished 3rd, didn't they? So no, Kasprink's already up to 10th. So Kennens just goes a little bit wide there. Opens the door for Mukinin. Manages to get back in time. David Dorr at the back there, battling with Guerra. Up front, Britton's away from Lecken. Leach. Jim Britton having a look at Leach, but nothing doing there. Pavlicek. And Kennens will try and keep it on the inside here, but Mukinin took the space away from him. So Mukinin already up to 11th now. Kennens down to 12th, and he's going to get challenged by Bergsma, Guerra and Dorr very shortly. There's Clive Britton. He goes through from Lecken, Leach, Britton, Wood, Pavlicek, Cahonen, Barker, Binnesley, and everybody else goes through as well. So the first four are away really. Got a gap of a second and a half back to Nigel Wood as Jim Britton. And then it's all kicking off behind Nigel Wood. Pavlicek there in the Astra. He's got Tom Cahonen and Colin Barker behind him. The Audi teammates, they go through. And then Michael Kasprink's there in the Hyundai. And then Binnesley and Mukinin go side by side down the straight. Just going to have that battle with Binnesley and Mukinin. Oh, Binnesley goes sideways. Mukinin spots the opportunity, but Binnesley's going to keep it there and then pushes Mukinin back out again. Binnesley's an old hand. He's raced Mukinin before. He knows what to expect. No quarter given there. Elbows will fully be out. Mukinin bobs out. He'll look at the inside as they go into Copse, but Binnesley won't give him any room here at all. There we go. Binnesley's through. Go front a little bit wide. He'll put it there for for Mukinin to challenge as they go up through Maggots. Late on the brakes for both of them. There's a real traffic jam in front as well. Kasperink, Barker and Kohonen. You can see out front though, Clive Britton already 1.6 seconds ahead of Lecken. Kasperink just pulls out and has a look on Barker. He'll look up the inside. Binnersley takes that wide line again. And again, Mukinin and him rub doors. It's just two different lines as they go through Brooklands. They go across the line in a straight line. Britton, Lecken, Britton, Leach, Wood, Pavlicek, Kohonen, Kasperink, Barker. Binnersley, Mukinin just taking a step back a minute and wondering what venom will come out of Rick Binnersley next. As in front of Binnersley, Barker gets passed by Kasperink. And Kasperink now chasing down teammate Tom Kohonen. David Dorr still unable to get past. Oh, in fact, he's got past Martin Kennens. He can't get past Garlic Square though. Better line this time from Binnersley. Oh, he's just nudged ever so slightly there. It was that Barker. It was under pressure from Mukinin behind. Binnersley had no other option than to nudge Colin Barker just to keep the place. Binnersley has a look at Copse to see if he can get Barker between him and Mukinin. And let Mukinin nibble on the back of the Audi rather than his Alpha. All the time, Andre Bergsma just sat behind Mukinin waiting for the opportunity to come. Just like he did in race 1. The quick guy, as I said, will struggle to get past people on this circuit. There just isn't the room really to make that move. Barker's gone in deep there into Brooklands. Binnersley's going to have a look, but he can't. Leach and Nigel Wood up front though. This is the battle for fourth. Leach just getting the Civic past Wood. Remember, Nigel Wood, winner of race 2 in round 1, won't want to be giving this up very easily, and they're going to go side by side. In fact, Leach is actually ahead there. Wood's gone side by side with Pavlicek, I think that is, and Pavlicek's nicked that space as well from Nigel, so Nigel's lost 2 places in the space of 2 corners there. Mukinin, Binnersley, who's dropped down there? Colin Barker's shuffled all the way back to 13th with Kohonen. I missed that, but you can see, we'll see if we can get it on the replay after the race. But Mukinin's got past the 2 Audis that have slipped right back. Still, the Alpha of Binnersley stays ahead of Mukinin as they chase down Pavlicek and Wood in front of them. This is the view from Pavel Mukinin. You can see Binnersley already looking to have a run on Pavlicek. Balls back in. Just 8 laps to go. Where's that time gone? They go over to the right to swing left and then hard on the brakes. Oh, who gets it wrong? Oh no! Radek Pavlicek gets it wrong, and that's pushed Mukinin all the way back to 10th. Oh my goodness. Kohonen, Kennens and Bergs was back there in 14th. Where did that happen as well? So Mukinin shuffled back to 11th. That sorted the field out for sure. Ryan Leach in 4th. He's got 3 seconds up the road. He's Jim Britton. He's challenging Marcel Lecken for 2nd. But this is the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Leach, Wood. Binnersley just managed to miss the spinning car of Pavlicek. As he went through that short link road at Maggots there. Mukinin not so lucky. He got collected. Or he collected, sorry, Pavlicek. And Mukin now signs himself back down 11th, and he's got that battle with Barker. And as he breathes a sigh of relief as that Lincoln code disappears off his ring. Just see Carlos Guerra up to 8th. He'll be looking to get into the top 4 to keep his championship hopes really very much alive. Clive Brittenell on his way to his second win in the championship. If he can keep this up, and race 1, round 1, he's going to carry on like this, win race 2 of round 2. It's those sort of performances that will keep him challenging as well. Currently leads the championship from Guerra. Michael Kasprink now challenging Rick Bennesley. So the bag doesn't really get any sort of breathing room, does he? First of all gets Mukin in, and now he's got Kasprink. Bennesley comes down to Brooklands, and that was a bit naughty from Kasprink. Just turned in on Bennesley. Bennesley went sideways, and he's going to look up the inside and do the same thing back, and he does. Fair play to Bennesley. Gives Kasprink a piece of his own medicine, but just loses the space there. They go down into Copse, Wood and Leach. Wood looking to challenge, and then Kasprink and Bennesley. Further back, Mukin in right on the tail with Colin Barker as he tries to get back up through the field. It's the problem with these reverse good races. Those fast drivers at the back really have to contend with the guys that didn't do so well in race 1. And that's exactly what Mukin found himself in. Look at that, he's right on Colin Barker's tail. He's going to pull out. Barker's going to defend late. But Mukin on the brakes beautifully, just feathers them through there. But look at that, Colin Barker really tight on the inside there. And Mukin in no way through. Nice driving from Colin Barker. No respect for Mukin in. And keeps it there. He's going to have to take the inside. No, I don't know if he should have done that, Colin. That's going to give Mukin in the line through Copse. The two of them touch again. But Mukin still has to settle in behind Colin Barker. Fair play. I might have taken a tighter line into Copse from if it was on Barker there, but no, managed to get that Audi round and turned. And down they go again. Clive Britton still leads from Jim Britton now. He's got past Marcel Lecken up to 3rd. And Kasprink's managed to barge his way past Nigel Wood now. Bennesley's tried to follow him through. He's already got past Ryan Leach, who's slipped back down the field there to 9th. Let's go and have a look from Ryan's car. That's David Dorr. He's managed to make his way up to 8th now, so all the positions have changed at the back. It seems like you watch one thing and something happens somewhere else. Behind them, Colin Barker and Pavel Mukin are still fighting it out. This is where we really need the helicam shot here, because they're about 3 wide as they come up the straight. That's Guerra in the Lincoln Co. He's got Bennesley right behind him. Oh, Leach and Barker, was it touched? Colin Barker having no luck at all today. Leach and Barker touched. Mukin wasn't in a position to take it, and Leach just says sorry there. You can see him just weaving. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Britton, Lecken, 1, 2, 3, Kasprink, Wood, Guerra, Bennesley, Dorr, Leach, Barker, Mukin, Cahonen, Kennens, Andre Bergsma struggling round at the back. He must have suffered some damage there. And of course we saw Pavlicek spin round at Maggots, and that's why he's at the back of the field. Bennesley and Dorr had a little incident in the race yesterday they were in, that I was commentating on. So the two of them, grudging respect between them. But yeah, David Dorr just and Binnersley just had a little bit of an incident yesterday. Both pushed him back down the field. So they're good friends. I wouldn't say we're going no love lost, but they'll still be getting the Christmas cards. But it'll be the value ones. It won't be the expensive ones. There's Mookin and Barker again, and there's Tom Cahonan just behind them. Good defending this from Colin Barker. Mookin gives him a little nudge there. We go through Luffield now, through Woodcote. Britain leads from Britain. Marcel Lecken now, look at that, really keeping Jim Britton on up there. This is on board from Marcel's car. That's good. No massive numbers in his windscreen. And get a full view of the circuit in all its glory. Mookin still behind Barker though. Lecken pushing Jim Britton here. Point and squirt cars these are. It's just a battle further back between Wood and Guerra. Just behind them you'll see Leach and Dorr. Sorry, Binnersley and Dorr. There goes Wood and Guerra. There goes Binnersley. He's right behind now. David Dorr lost some places there. Well, not some places, lost some space rather. Oh, what's happened with Binnersley there? Oh, is that the racer? Do you know what? I didn't even know. That's ridiculous. I had no idea. I was so involved in that race, I didn't even know we'd finished. Wow. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Your commentator had no clue. Clive Britton wins race 2 from Jim Britton in second. Marcel Lecken pushed him to the end for third. Mikhail Kasperik made his way up to fourth and Nigel Wood in fifth. Carlos Guerra 6th. Binnersley 7th. David Dorr in 8th. Ryan Leach 9th. Pavel Mukinin did get past Colin Barker, who finds himself with a 30-second penalty. Colin Barker, did he get a drive to there right at the end for something? Oh, that's unfortunate. Colin Barker finds himself at the back of the field. So Mookin in 10th, Cahonan 11th. I think it was Kennans in 12th. And, yeah, whatever else. Wow. Can we just keep going? Can we just reverse that and just like make it an hour race? I could have watched that forever. That was awesome. Oof. Oh, no, the banner was still up. You're kidding me. Oh, Andre Bergsma. Andre Molt. Look, guys, I'm sorry. If you're watching this and had the banner up, I'll put all that race up after this. We'll run the replay of it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. What a dickhead. What an absolute goon. Oh, I am so sorry. I'll find a way to get this on the stream. Yeah, I know. I can see all the messages now in Discord. I am absolutely sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Andre Molt. Yeah, got that. Oh, yeah. Clive Britton, hello. Mr. Britton, hello.
Hi there. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. I did that thing again where I've got my push to talk on. So let me just
I thought that all right, and I wasn't going to just start talking to myself out loud.
Let me just get rid of that. Do you know what? I've made an absolute hash of race 2. It was so exciting. I was commentating on, even after you'd finished the race, I was still commentating, and I was so involved in it. And then I just read somebody I just saw in chat, Andre Molt. I'd left an advertising banner up for Series 52, and forgot to take it down for the whole race. So I'm going to try and rerun the race again after we've spoken. And sorry to all those people that were trying to watch and didn't see the race, because it was awesome, and I feel such a tit.
Was it good? Because I didn't see any of the races.
Well, I know that's what happens when you bodge race 1 on purpose to get pole position in race 2, isn't it?
I had such a twitchy trigger finger, man. I was just like too much coffee, and I was just like, just
To be
hovered over the button.
fair, they held the lights for ages on race. I didn't think they were ever going to go out. It was just kept going.
Oh, I made such a Mickey of it. But sure, what can you do? I hope it was a good race for everyone anyway.
Yeah, you didn't really see anybody at all in both races, did you? Apart from getting.
I saw nobody. Like I was just like I got to practice my drive-through. I got to practice some hot lapping. I had a perfectly adequate evening by myself. Story of my life.
That's mental. But yeah, I mean, so many to have you all covered by less than a second in qualifying was ridiculous, and then that sort of played out in the race. But there wasn't really any way you could overtake, was there?
Haven't a clue, man.
This is going to be a great interview, this one, isn't it? No, I was honestly watching the race, and you were all so quick and so within like a few tenths of each other. And it was just, I think you can get through side by side through Brooklands, and then obviously take that through Luffield, and then that corner as you went up towards Maggots to take that little link road. But apart from that, there wasn't really any way you could really push. I mean, you got past Mars.
The second last corner, maybe if you stuck your nose down around the outside, maybe you could get the inside line for the last corner. But I suppose it's kind of if it's not fully on, then it's a risky one. And sure, I'm glad that people weren't taking risky manoeuvres.
Well, I wouldn't say it was risky. There was certainly some door banging going. It was all in good, good spirits.
But racing, you know.
Yeah, it was all in good spirits. But
oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I just feel such a. What I'm gonna have to do is put, guys, if you are listening to this and you've managed to get this far after my hash up, wait. I'll put another stream up with race 2, and what I'll try and do is merge my commentary from race 2 with the pictures, so you get some sort of idea what was happening. Hopefully, we can do that.
I'll watch that. At least it's only 17 minutes long anyway, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, Martin, I don't really have much more to say because I don't know what happened in the race.
No, you won and you came last. Well, no, you actually got past Marcel in both races, didn't you? Just at the end of race 1.
He had great pace in the second race, actually, but I think he was crabbing a bit in the first one.
Yeah, he had great pace in race 2, and he really pushed Jim. Him and Jim had a cracking race for second. But they finished second and third.
I saw that on my map, all right. I was like, that looks interesting back there.
So 2 wins from 4 races, mate. It's not bad.
It's not bad at all, yeah. I really wish that, I could have been a bit more involved, but sure, you can't sniff out a win.
No, you can't. And hey, the false start happens. It was going to happen to somebody because, like I said, it just held the lights forever. And I'm surprised it was just you that got the itchy finger, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe I should just hold off on the strong coffee right before the race.
Super. Anyway, mate, if that's all you've got to say, I'll let you go because, yeah.
All right. Thanks, Martin.
All right. And cheers, bud.
I look forward to the stream as well.
Yeah, I'd say try if I couldn't do it, I'll try and mash up race 2 as well. So you've got race 2 with the pictures.
Right on, and thanks for commentating.
No worries, mate. Good to have you all on board, mate, and a great briefing as well. I know the guys that are watching this that work in the briefing won't hear it, but as always, fantastic briefing, mate. Well done.
That's the hyper coffee.
All right, bud. Take care. Look after yourself.
All right. Thanks, Martin.
Cheers. Bye. Right then, guys. Well, I've learned a lesson today. Don't do stupid advertising between race 1 and race 2, and also. I've done a little bit different streaming today because I've been watching the race actually on the client rather than on the stream, which is what I'd normally do, and I won't be doing that again. So apologies for race 2. Like I said, I'll end this stream and I'll try and mash the commentary up that I've just done on race 1 with the pictures. The commentary just on race 2 with the pictures. So you've got something to watch. So keep out for the YouTube channel. I'll put that up either later on tonight or sometime tomorrow morning. Apologies for that, and thanks as always for your support, and I'm sorry I don't read the YouTube chat to the end, but if that race hadn't have been so involved I wouldn't have had to, would I? Oh dear, what a nightmare. Anyway guys, thanks again for watching, appreciate it. If you can give us a like, even though I'm a shit streamer, that would be great, and we'll see you all on Wednesday for Series 52. The GT3 cars around Kyle Army, always a good crack around there, so join us for that on Wednesday. Anyway, until then, see you later, look after yourselves, enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's bank holiday here in the UK, so we get extra day tomorrow. Happy days. I'll be trying to sort out a stream that I fucked up today. Take it easy guys, look after yourself, and see you soon. Cheers, bye.